Whoa! Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
What do you wear on your flights?
On my flight? What do you mean?
On your flights for your trip? The trip that you took. And you got another one coming up next month.
The airplane ride? Like when I'm on the airplane?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you saw me. I was wearing a pair of slacks and a black shirt and, just a black T-shirt.
Do you have
I like to be comfortable.
Specialized attire?
No.
For going on the airplane. My wife, whenever we do a long road trip, she always wears sweats.
Yeah, something comfortable.
Always wears sweats. I got to wear sweats in the car.
This I'm wearing because it was clean. And I didn't want to get back in my suitcase. I
gotcha.
What you saw me wear, I wore the day before. I wore this 2 days in a row, and I still wore it today because I thought, you know what, it's still clean. So,
and that's in relative terms because you lived on a river, right? Like really, well, no. by regular every go.
We have a cabin that has a laundry facility in it, his washer and dryer. So, and
you washed
take
that
showers.
before you left.
But I mean, we were, yeah. So this was clean.
Did you check the tag?
I didn't have one. Didn't have the tag.
Though.
I did look. And I was doing the math on that, and yeah, it was like.
If you don't know what we're talking about,
40 years old.
Jeremy donated a bed that his grandpa had when his grandpa died.
No. So my grandpa died, and my grandma then went out and got a new bed.
Sorry.
But you're convinced that maybe that was a lie.
You don't know if it was a new bed or not. You were just told it was a new bed.
My grandpa might have died on the bed. Yeah,
your grandpa died first, and then your grandma died. Then you got the bed, but your grandpa died in the room. Right. And I was like, well, why would you buy a new bed? But, who knows if the new bed was the deal, was, really the new bed. So you could have got a bed that somebody died in. We had a discussion about this.
So I looked.
If you subscribe to the podcast, you know that we had a discussion about this. So you probably could recall it a little bit better than we can because we don't remember our conversations. But you know that there was a conversation where you're not exactly 100%.
I slept great on it, by the way. I didn't even have any issues with it. So
nobody tried to wake you up?
No, everything was fine. There was no issues. But I did. I went there. I looked at the bed. It's a Sealy Posturepedic.
Did you pick it up? Did you look underneath?
Yeah, I thought the box spring might have something. It had a tag on it, but there's no dates. No dates at all.
But did you look at it closely? Like, I would have looked at it closely. I would have been like, you know what, let's see.
Well, yeah, I looked at both ends of the bed, and I looked, and I pulled it up, and I tried to read it. Some of it was all smudged, and I couldn't see it. It's just old and had worn down or something.
You didn't get a magnifying glass and try to make out what it was?
Who has a magnifying glass anymore?
You're a fisherman. I don't know. You're always prepared. You're like a damn Boy Scout.
Yeah, I don't have a magnifying glass, though. Maybe that's something I need to get.
No, because you know what it is ignorance is bliss in your world.
Yes. And there was just a lot of alcohol being consumed during this time. So, sometimes I would forget things, but I did check the bed. I checked.
Vision was blurry. You didn't want to see that the date was actually twice?
No, there was no date.
Or 3 times?
There was no dates on there at all.
Okay. All right.
So, is that all you
I might
wanted
have
to know?
Make a trip up there. I might have to make a trip up there just for the bed purposes. Take a flight, come back the next day, and make sure I'm wearing the right thing.
What is this about what you were wearing?
Well, there was a doctor that wore a romper. I
don't know what a romper is. I've heard of it.
I guess a romper is
it like a house coat?
No, A romper is like, I think it's crop top, and then it's all one piece.
Okay.
Looks like a nightmare to have to go to the bathroom in.
Like a bodysuit.
Yes, but it's not full suit because
women wear.
Your legs and your shoulders aren't. So you have to pull it down from your I guess underarms down around your knees when you go to the bathroom.
Oh, they're normally shorts. Okay. Yes, I've seen these before. But you have to get naked to go to the bathroom because of the way that you wear them. Guys can wear them too. Yeah. It's usually shorts and a T-shirt, and it's all together as one. Or for women, it's like.
Dr. Letitia Rowe was wearing a romper on her flight from Jamaica to Miami when the flight attendants pulled her aside and said, ma'am, what you're wearing is too distracting. You need to cover up.
Why? What would be wrong with a romper? Seems like that's
maybe it's a little too revealing. She had her 8-year-old son with her, and she was like, "Not covering up. I'm comfortable in this." And they said, well, if you don't have acceptable attire, you and your son will not be allowed to fly. She wrapped herself up in a blanket like a burrito, and then tweeted about the incident, which American Airlines is now apologizing for. You know, should the airlines really be legislating dress code?
This is the society that we live in now. Everybody's got to judge everybody, and you have to second guess everything, and it's ridiculous.
But once again, enough with the flight attendants being the judges, okay?
The flight attendants, I tell you, they're taking their job very serious.
I went to flight attendant school for a semester or a quarter or whatever it was at a community college, okay? These are not the brightest bunch of people in the world, okay? I wanted to see the world. I wanted to get a job with an airline and get cheap airline flights. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And listen, these are not the people you want judging, okay? You're giving them too much power. Flight attendants have way too much power. Just bring me the damn ginger ale or the tomato juice and move on.
And separate my recycled and my garbage, and let's
put on the surgical gloves. Do what you need to do.
But now it's all of a sudden like, oh, now they get to the dress code?
And this is what it stems from, is our attitudes of what flight attendants should be and what flight attendants want to be.
Wouldn't it be fun to do a test and just walk on to an airplane in a bathrobe? That's it. Just get your bathrobe on. Nobody knows what's underneath that. Because I have a friend that on this trip loves to wear bathrobes.
Weird.
And every morning he puts on a bathrobe, and I know he's naked under there. I'm like, hey, what do you wear a bathrobe for? Because I'm very comfortable in a bathrobe. I'm like, yeah, well, keep your legs together, because you just never know if there's something under there or not. What do you think a flight attendant would do if you walked on an airplane just in your bathrobe?
It depends on the airline, I think.
Apparently, it's what'd you say, United?
This was American Airlines.
American Airlines. Yeah.
This is American Airlines. But, I mean, it's just like enough with the flight attendants being able to have the final say. They should never have the only thing they should have the final say on is if somebody
needs a refill,
had too much to drink. I mean, that should be the extent. That's the high end of what they're
cutting somebody off,
allowed to do. And then if it's ridiculous, yeah, if some girl comes on the plane with a thong bikini on, then it's like, okay, listen, you got to put some clothes on, okay? Then that, but the romper, I don't know.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.